excited to have you into my color studio. Prior to arrival, I would like to share some of the background on our color process and where this all came from. So this is the color wheel we use here. We have 4 different categories. They have been named after the seasons: autumn, spring, summer, and winter. This is nothing we developed, which is important to know. It is actually borrowed research from a German painter turned scientist. He was working in the 50s. He's from Germany, and as he was painting, he noticed sometimes his paint colors looked different. It drove him nuts, but it also intrigued him enough to dive into researching. He was the first to determine or to understand that we actually perceive color differently depending on what it's surrounded by. This is a book of his findings here. I'm not sure if it's going to come across in the video, but these 2 small blue squares in the middle are the same color. When you put that blue on this yellow background, it looks very clear and bright and attractive. And when you put it on the purple background, it looks dull and faded. These are the things we're going to see happen to your face when you come in front of the mirror. Some colors will make you shine bright, will make you look alive, clear, healthy, younger, and some colors, unfortunately, are going to do the opposite. So before we get started, I'd like you to understand where all these colors come from. All of the colors on this wheel are derived of some sort of formula made by the 3 primary colors. The 3 primary colors, if you remember, are yellow, blue, and red. If a color has a predominant amount of yellow in its formula, or a greater influence maybe, it will live at the top of the wheel. Autumn and spring are our 2 yellow-based seasons. If a color formula has a greater influence of blue, it will then go to the bottom. Winter and summer are our 2 blue-based seasons. So I've talked about yellow and I've talked about blue. Where does that leave primary color red? Primary color red, true red as we call it, has no influence of yellow or blue whatsoever. Therefore, it more or less lives in the center of the color wheel, and every season can dabble in true red if they want to. Chances are we will find a red that looks even better on you than true red. So if you add a little bit of yellow to a red, it will go kind of orangey like this. We consider this a warm red. This color, geranium, is shared between autumn and spring. If you add a dab of blue to a red, it will go burgundy. This burgundy is shared between winter and summer, and we will call this a cool red. So throughout your color analysis process, we'll use terms like warm and cool, and I want you to think back to these reds. Warm colors have yellow in them, cool colors have blue in them. So once we've determined if your skin undertones, not your skin color, but your skin undertones are yellow or blue, then we can find your season. It doesn't matter how tan you are, it doesn't matter the time of year, it doesn't matter what color your skin is, because we're looking beneath that. Your season will never change. So once we know if you're yellow, then we'll compare autumn and spring, or if we know you're blue, we'll compare winter and summer. Autumn is our yellow-based warm season that is very rich and earthy and a little bit darker than spring. Spring is our yellow-based season that's very clear, very bright, and lighter than autumn. If we move down below, summer is our cool season that is very soft, very smoky, and very blendy. Winter is our blue-based cool season that is bright, it's bold, it lives and thrives in high contrast. It is the only season that has pure white and deep dark true black. But don't worry, if you end up in one of the other seasons, we'll find great light and dark neutrals for you. Once we know your season, we're going to put makeup on you in your season. It's a very quick, very basic face of makeup, but I aim to demonstrate that when your clothes and your makeup are the right color, you don't need to work very hard because everything works in harmony. I would also introduce you to your season and just kind of show you how we can start to build that capsule wardrobe, that wardrobe where everything mixes and matches really easily. I'm in autumn, so I'm going to pick on my moss green here for a moment, but moss green works really well next to my face. It also works really well in my season. Let me see, make sure this is in the camera angle. So if I were to invest money in a scarf in this color, I could wear it with absolutely everything in my closet and just like really make good use of that money. spent. If I were to move this into a spring closet, which theoretically, it's close, they're both yellow based, right? It works fine in this kind of neutral section, but you bring it over into your brights and it really just fights. It doesn't look nearly as rich and as elegant as it did in my autumn closet. If you put this scarf in a summer closet, it sits in your drawer a lot. You don't hardly ever wear it, and it really clashes with some of these colors. And last but not least, no surprise here, it doesn't work in a winter closet either. It looks dull, it looks dirty. I kind of use the term dirty diaper. We don't want your face to look dull and dirty, and we definitely don't want your clothes to look dull and dirty. So this is just gonna sit in your drawer all year long. So that's my little background on color analysis. We'll talk about so much more than that when you come in. Feel free to shoot any questions you have my way, and I will see you soon.